Young Justice issue 17 finds Yolanda Chan embarrassed to be where she and her father are. Her father says there's nothing embarrassing about doing their part, but she knows he's only doing this to be self-serving. Her father knows that she wouldn't say that in front of her mother, and she would be happy that he's doing what makes him happy, reminding Yolanda about what her mother used to always say. The Chan's food truck soon arrives at the disaster area where Young Justice and the Justice League are helping clear the area. Yolanda can't believe that even Superman is there, and her father reminds her that this is the biggest battle in the history of Metropolis, and the League just fought Lex Luthor and other villains. He says rumor has it that it was a close battle, and now they are there to help the people who help them, and she can start by taking them some water. Yolanda is a little intimidated to just go out there, especially without any powers, but her father says that she could stay in the truck and he can hand out the water, only she would need to cook. Since Yolanda can't cook, she is forced to head out into the area where all of the heroes are trying to sort through the chaos that was left behind after the battle. Superman says that he appreciates Young Justice helping as Yolanda offers them all water. Ginny grabs some of the water, told that there is a food truck nearby, making her offer Yolanda a spot on the team just for pointing out that food is in the vicinity. Tim tells him that they can eat when this is done as Bart races in, hearing the rumor of food being present. Cassie Mimo calls for help lifting a truck and Wonder Woman comes by to help her, thanking Cassie for saving her life twice during the battle. Talk turns to Cassie's travels, knowing that Zeus came to see her, so he's aware of her now. Diana says that Zeus promised her that he wouldn't come to see Cassie and he would leave her alone, but Cassie says that she can handle him since she can see the test of the gods in front of her. Diana leaves it at that, saying that she likes Cassie's new team, learning they just sort of all fell together. Diana knows that's how it goes sometimes and she needs to lead them well, since she was clearly born to do that. Ginny wonders what Diana's deal is and if she's seeing anyone, not caring that she is Cassie's aunt. Tim and Connor meanwhile talk about what Batman and Superman said to them, getting excited about Connor working with Superman. Connor says that once this is all cleared up, Superman is taking him to the Fortress of Solitude and they will figure it out from there, since the hero believed who he said he is, but thinks he might have freaked Superman out a little, since after all, he's a weird clone of him, plus a clone of Lex Luthor, which doesn't really help. Talk turns to Lex Luthor as Impulse joins them, finding it all quite crazy that an hour ago, Superboy socked Lex Luthor right in his smug face and kicked the entire Legion of Doom headquarters into the Metropolis Bay. Connor says that it was all such a blur to him, but luckily Bart actually filmed it at super speed, getting a picture of Superboy punching Lex. Bart knows nothing Superman says will be better than this screensaver as Yolanda comes by with some free water. Connor gives Bart a hug, telling him to never stop being the best friend he can be, since he's been doing stuff like this since they were kids and he got Young Justice back together just to help find Connor, and even came with him to the Hall of Justice to back him up. Tim Mimo compliments Yolanda on her efforts as her father calls for her. Batman soon appears, wanting to talk with Robin, so as he is given a stern talking to by Batman, the Flash arrives, meeting with Impulse and giving Bart a hug, wondering how long it's been since they last saw one another. Barry wants to speak with Bart, who wants to make it quick since he doesn't want to bail on his team. The two speedsters take off and Bart tells Barry he doesn't have really any good answers for his questions, but Barry just wanted to make sure the boy was doing okay. Bart does reveal that he's been trying to figure out why the universe is one big mess and what exactly the team's place in it is. Barry says that he watched Young Justice today and admits that he was a little jealous, but the good kind of jealous, since Bart has an amazing team and they all love him. Bart says that the League loves Barry as well and he's like a member of the Trinity, but Barry says that's not what he meant, since he was watching the young team and couldn't help but think about if he could do it all again, and maybe one day he'll get to, but if he could do it all again, he would want to live more in the now as opposed to worrying about the past and stressing out about futures, since the past will find you when it needs to, but the present can easily slip away. Bart knows that huge things have been happening around them and Barry agrees, since he's got things happening right now that make his head spin, but that's part of being them, and while they will need to live with the things that they would better off not knowing about, at least Impulse has a wonderful team surrounding him. The Flash heads back to help help the Justice League, reminding Bart if he was his age, he would live in the now. Bart is confused since Barry didn't specify which now to live in, and Connor says technically he also said that in the past as well. Naomi approaches the team, telling them that she needs to go since her parents are freaking out about seeing her on the news with the Justice League. The team tell her to go, so the girl thanks the team for turning her life completely upside down, taking off as the rest of the team come to an agreement that it all seemed to work out. Superman comes for Connor, asking if he's ready to go find out who he is. Connor asks if he's sure about this, and Clark says that thanks to Young Justice, Metropolis still stands and everyone is safe, so he's free for a few minutes now. He tells Young Justice they did an amazing job as he takes off for the Bermuda Triangle with Superboy. The rest of the team take off as Yolanda watches on, told by her father that it is time to move on. As she moves the water back into the truck, Tim comes by to help her. Yolanda talks about his friends, wishing that she had powers of her own, but Tim says they don't all have superpowers. She asks how he does it, and how he just dives in there to help, but Tim says that she did the exact same as well, and it's everyone doing whatever they can, and that's the hero stuff. Later on, Yolanda's father asks if she's ready for this, showering her with praise, but she says that it's just an internship, but he knows that she's been working hard towards this. Getting out of the truck, she is greeted by the Wonder Twins, who welcome Yolanda to her first day as an intern at the Hall of Justice, hoping that she survives. Young Justice issue 17 was a really lovely kind of wind down issue that helped cap off what's been happening lately with Young Justice sort of getting back together and all the stuff with Bart Allen, as well as the epilogue to the Action Comics Leviathan arc that was the big battle in Metropolis. This issue would actually kind of be a great starting point for new readers, since it lets you have time with all these characters, kind of get you up to date of what's been happening, giving you an idea of what all these characters are like, as well as the message the team carries. That is, powers or not, everyone needs to do what they can to help out, and you're a hero whether you have powers or not, only if you just help out. It was great to have this POV character of Yolanda kind of observing these heroes and learning that they are just like everyday people who talk with one another and joke around with one another and are one big family, leading to her deciding to be her own type of hero and help out at the Hall of Justice. It was really quite a great palette cleanser to get you ready for the spoiler arc next issue, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.